Appreciate everybody showing up. Senator Corman and I are here today to announce our support and the majority of our caucus's support for Senator Rick Santorum for president. Senator Santorum, as you know, has been canvassing the state and the country and working on his presidential bid. Senator Santorum and I first met in 1994 at the Gold Eagle restaurant in Brookville when he was running for U.S. Senate. And Rick has been a trusted friend and somebody that I believe not only be great for the country, but great for Pennsylvania. And today I think we all look to leaders in the Commonwealth and in the nation to provide statesmanship. And we really need statesmanship. The issues are tough. They're not getting any easier. And we need people that can talk what I like to say, the plain truth and the facts of what we need. Recently I was at an event back home and was talking about the American dream. And you know, the American dream in my eyes is something that I was able to grow up in. That you work hard, you can be successful. And I have to tell you, I'm very concerned that in our national arena, we're losing that American dream. It's going down the drain. And unless we put leaders in place that understand it and can restore some faith in our country, we're going to lose that dream. And I think Rick Santorum is the guy that can do that. I'm certainly glad to be here with Senator Corman and say a few words, and the majority of my caucus supporting him. So, Senator Corman?
Well, I guess my relationship with Senator Santorum goes back to 1977, but a few years longer. But someone I've known all my life, for almost all my life, and you know, someone that I think at a time in our country's history where we need people of courage in our public office. The issues in Washington, D.C. are very difficult. We here in Harrisburg have to solve our problems because we have, we're forced to by the Constitution through a balanced budget amendment to solve the big balanced budget provision of our Constitution. The federal government, they just seem to punt these issues down the road. The senator has a track record as a senator of dealing with the tough issues. Welfare reform, he dealt with a Democrat president and finally got to a bill to end an entitlement. In our country's history, I think it's the only time that's ever happened. When when they tried to debate the balanced budget amendment back in 1995, and were one vote short, he was, as a freshman, courageous enough to criticize then Appropriations chairman of the Republicans for not voting for it. Now, you think today, where would we be if we would have that balanced budget amendment as we're swimming in this debt? So, the senator obviously was 16 years in the Congress from Pennsylvania, has tremendous experience. I think he has the ability and the initiative to show tremendous leadership in a time in our country's history where we need leadership. So I'm looking forward to supporting him. You know, Pennsylvania doesn't play a key role in the primary, as you all know. And so, the senators traveling around Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, but I think it was important for us who served with them here in Pennsylvania, who know him here in Pennsylvania, to stand up and say, this is someone who we think can be president, should be president. If you look at the field of Republican candidates, I think his experience matches up better, if not as good, if not better, than anyone in the field. And I think he's the right person at the right time. And so some of the hometown boys want to get up and say, and women on our list, and say, he's our guy. Sometimes it's harder, those of us who ran, it's the hardest people to prove that you're good at able to do this, are the people you know the best. They're like, really, Joe or Jake, the same senator? That's really weird, or it's really strange. And so sometimes, I'm sure Barack Obama and George Bush went through the same thing, but Senator Santorum served Pennsylvania for a long time, and we think it's time for him to move up and serve our country as President of the United States.